How can you tell I'm not quite ready? Oh my goodness. 2 weeks of not doing lives, and I think I'm ready. I hope I'm ready. I will be right back. Hello. 2 weeks of not doing Facebook Lives, and I thought I was ready, and all of a sudden I'm like, I need a piece of scrap. So, anyway, welcome here. Wendy, welcome. Darlene, welcome. Welcome. I need to also get my paper ready. Yeah, I guess I really wasn't ready, was I? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Wendy, first time here. Welcome. I'm excited that you are here. Let me flip my camera view. I forget how to do this. There we go. Kathy Penner shared um, when I did my post the other day that I was going live. Good morning, Christine. Welcome here. So for those that are new, hi, Carol. Oh, and you shared too. Thank you. So what this is all about is if you share on Facebook or on YouTube, bonjour, ma belle Lucy, I will add your name and I will add your name to a draw. And there is a prize at the end of the live. Sorry, hesitating. I clearly cannot multitask, and I think this is kind of. Oh, and you know what? Hello, Darlene. I forgot to pull my wheel up. Remember how when I pull my wheel up, all of a sudden I go mute? So maybe I will do my draw different today because I try to have that link up so that it doesn't do anything funky on me. So welcome everybody. Wendy is new here, girls. Give her a great big hello, welcome. So I'm excited that you're here, Wendy, and I'm excited that everybody else is here. I want to wish you all a very, very happy new year. All the best in 2023. May it be a great year for you and your loved ones. Lucy, thank you for sharing. I will add your name as well. Okay, this is live. So the way celebration works, let me grab the other catalog. So for every $60 that you spend in the two current catalogs, this one is live until April. This one is live now until April. So any shopping that you do in these two catalogs, you get to choose something free from the Celebration catalog, which is really exciting. And there's great, and now I can open it. There are great celebration items in here, which is just fabulous, of course. So in Canada, for every $60 that you spend, you get to choose something free from the brochure. Or for every $120 that you spend, you get to choose something from here. So there are level 1 and level 2s in the celebration brochures. If that is not clear and you have any further questions, do not hesitate to ask. I'm happy to walk you through that. The January tutorial bundles are out. There are 36 projects in here. So for every $65 that you spend, this is the set rate that the organizer does for this. So for every $65 that you spend in my online store, and if you please use, I need to find it. If you please use this host code, So before you check out, you would just put that host code in, the QUU, blah, 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 and it changes every time. So $65, I will send this to you a day or two later, depending on when you place your order. And how busy I am with grandchildren, etc. So that is the host code. If you want to just purchase the tutorial bundle, you can purchase that for $25. You can send me an electronic money transfer, and in the message part, just write down January tutorial bundle, and I will get that off to you as well. Okay. How do you share on here? Wendy, I under your name, Susan, thank you for sharing, and I've got you down. But under your name, and if I'm not clear on this, because I do these, and so at the other end of it, I'm not 100% sure, but I think there is a little button that says share, and you can just share that on your timeline. Or if you go, if you comment on this Facebook and you do like the @ symbol, and like, let's say your, sorry, I need to take this off. It's very distracting. Let's say your friend Susie Stamper is creative. You would just do the @ symbol and then Susie Stamper. So the girls here, like Susan Burgess would do @ Susan Burgess, and like you would do @ Susan Burgess, and she would get it. I think that's how you do it. Girls, if I'm wrong, can somebody help Wendy out here? And Susan, let me get your name down. I'm excited to show you the card that I'm doing today. I am involved in a Facebook launch party going on Facebook. And let me pull that up for you. Sorry, so much to talk about. So here's the launch party. So if you type in this up in the I can't talk today. If you Google that address, if I said that properly, you will be in the Facebook launch. And I did send everybody the invite. And what happens is, pardon me, but when you join that, there's prize patrols. For anyone that joins, there is prize patrol and all kinds of goodies. Okay. Darlene, thank you for sharing. Darlene G. Okay, so and if you do win, I'll be doing a draw today. I think my draw is I'm going live at, well, it's a video at 2:00 today, and I think I am going live at 7:00 tomorrow to do a prize patrol draw. If you do win, I can make sure that there is finish your sentence, Denise. If you do win and you don't know how to collect your prize patrol, just message me and I'll make sure that your name gets to Stephanie, or you would send Stephanie Pletcher a message saying that you won prize patrol. When you get onto that Facebook page, I want you to hit the word discussion, and then you're on that Facebook roll. There are over 60 presenters from around the world present, and everybody is presenting something different from the new mini catalog. Okay, that should not be there. January card class, if anybody is interested, they resume again in January on the 10th in my studio, both morning and evening, and then virtually at on Wednesday night on the 11th. So if you don't want to go live, if you don't want to come into my studio live, you can also do the class virtually. You'll have to do a porch pickup for your card kit. Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad. Facebook user that Wendy, you shared. Yay. You got it figured out. Okay, paper share. So what that is, in the new mini, all of the DSP that is in here that you would find on the last, well, not all of it, but most of it on the last page here, page 86, are in this paper share. Okay, and if you purchased all of the paper, all of the 12 by 12 and all of the 6 by 6, that would cost you over $225. If you want a little taste of all of it, you will receive 36 sheets of 12 by 6. So the 12 by 12 are cut down to 12 by 6, and you will receive 42 sheets at 6 by 6 for only $60. So that is a wonderful saving for you, and then you get a taste of it all. Okay, whew, that is all my commercials for now. Let's get on to why you are actually here. That was just an awful lot. I hope I didn't miss anything. No, I think I'm good. Okay, let's get on to the card. Do I show you the card or do I just go for the card? So here's my card base, and this measures 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4, which is your halfway point, okay? Or your half of your cardstock scored is 4 1/4. I can't talk today. Okay, and then, am I showing the card or not? Oftentimes you girls want to see it. You know what I did? This was so fun. I grabbed the deckled rectangles. Love these. So what you would do, and I don't have a full one with me, but you know what? Here's a piece of black cardstock. You would take this and place it down, and you would run that through your cut and emboss machine, and you'll end up with this deckled rectangle shape to put your sentiment on or to complete your card. But you know what I did with mine? I grabbed some gorgeous grape and just go for it without showing us. Okay, Dar, that's what I'm doing. So Darlene was the first one to chime in. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to show you. So these are all on my magnet, and they're kind of all in order. So this is what I used, and it probably was this way if it's going to fit precisely. And then I grabbed my next one in line, and this is Gorgeous Grape. And I think I've got this backwards. There we go. And I grabbed my Gorgeous Grape. And then what I did, and I don't have it here, I have Post-it tape. Okay, so once I got this lined up, let me show you this way, then you can really see. Once I got this lined up, kind of exactly how I wanted it, so I've got a smidge of a border everywhere. You know what? I forgot to put my focus thing on here. Sorry, I clearly was not ready. Okay, there we go. Whoops, hopefully we're not going to hear any more dings, okay? So once I got this lined up the way I liked it, I grabbed a little piece of Post-it tape and I taped these two together. So then I had a really nice little frame, and out popped this, okay? So we've got a Gorgeous Grape frame. I hope everybody had a wonderful New Year's. So that was using the deckled rectangle dies. Okay, so that was going to go directly onto my card like that. Okay, so I'm not layering it. You can put dimensionals behind that if you wanted to layer it, but I did not want to layer it. So we're just going to do little dots of Tombow here and there. I want to make sure I get the corner. We had Christmas with our kids on, well, our two kids that live here in the city. We have one in Vancouver on the 26th of December. So that was Christmas for us. I'm going to pick that up without putting my finger in it. And what a lovely day. They all showed up at 10 o'clock, and I think they left at 9 o'clock that night. And yes, I was exhausted, but my heart was full. Now, Chris, are you still here? Because you know what? You often share, and I don't have you down for a share. If you could let me know so I don't have to scroll back up if you did share or not. And if you don't answer, that's okay. I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything. Okay, so that's down. Then what I did was, this was so fun. Okay, you know this trick that I showed you, and maybe I'll show you again today. If you want to heat emboss in colors, so you know when you do heat embossing, you've got your black, your silver, your gold. You have kind of your standard colors. But let's say you wanted to heat emboss in Gorgeous Grape. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, so we're going to open, let's get our sentiment out, and I'm going to do the same thing for birthday, because I am a little low on birthday cards. So if you tuck your stamp under there, you've got nice leverage. This is shimmer white. Okay. Did I grab a big enough? Did I grab a big enough? I've got shimmer white right there. I'll be right back. Speak amongst yourselves for a moment. Okay, here we go. Shimmer white. So what I was going to say was we are also going to be using an aqua painter, which is water painter. We are also, because I'm going to try to do this if time allows, I'm going to do it twice. Once with Stampin' Blends and once with aqua painter. I'm going to grab my Gorgeous Grape. Barb, oh, okay. You know what? That's what I thought, Chris. Sorry, not trying to put you on the spot. So Gorgeous Grape, and because I'm nice and flat, using my stamp case as leverage, I'm going to grab my pressure tool. This is fantastic. This is a must-have with your Stamparatus. And if you don't own a pressure tool, I can hook you up. I want to make sure that that does not move. I've got Gorgeous Grape down there. Let's clean our stamp. Very important, because now I want to get that gorgeous grape off. I love purple. Purple is my granddaughter Ava's color, so it's very special to me. I'm going to grab my Versamark. Nothing has moved, okay? So I'm going to grab my Versamark. I'm going to stamp that again with my pressure tool. Then I'm going to grab, and here's where the magic takes place. I'm going to grab clear embossing powder. And yes, I forgot to use my embossing buddy, which I often do. I often forget my embossing buddy. Let's get some clear embossing powder on there. Flick that off. And I am going to heat set it. Has everybody here done embossing powder before? I want to get that Versamark off. Have we all done embossing powder? Okay, am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, if there are gentlemen here. Sorry about that. Okay, am I back? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Sorry about that. It was my front gate. I live in a crazy gated community. It drives me crazy. And my phone just rang, which means there's a shipment coming. And so, of course, I had to answer it. Okay, we've got Gorgeous Grape down, then Versamark, and then clear embossing powder. That's the trick. It has to be clear embossing powder. I'm going to get my heat tool. So here is my heat tool. This is not it's not a curling iron. It won't work. This is very hot. You can burn your fingers. You can also burn the paper. Who's done that? It's going to be noisy. And sorry that I'm putting it right here. I want Wendy to see this melt. So it's not happening yet, but now it's starting. Can you see that starting to melt and get deeper in color? So at first it was kind of white and fuzzy, and now it's all melted. And this is what you have. It's kind of, it's raised, and it's just gorgeous. So this is what I want to do. I'm just going to take my paper snips, and I'm just going to snip around. Like so. And if you just get rid of the excess, then it's way easier. I want to kind of, I'm following-ish the line of the sentiment. So there's my wishes for a beautiful birthday. I want to round that. So there's my sentiment, okay? We are done with that. There's our heat set sentiment, and I actually have 2 of them with the magic of TV. And also with the magic of TV, I have some of my flowers already colored. Let's grab some scrap and let's start coloring. So I did my original card I did with Aqua Painter, okay? This one I'm going to do with Stampin' Blends. And let's see what happens here. So this is Shaded Spruce Light. And I am just going to, oh, you know what? I think I want my bullet tip. I want a smaller tip. I am just going to dot onto where all these leaves are. I didn't cut very well here. There is a, so here is the stamp set. Can't see it. Karen, hi. I use this flower, that flower, and I also die cut it using the Framed Florets. So this is a bundle. If you purchase it together, it's 10% off. And the bundles only last for a certain amount of time. And Karen, thank you so much for sharing. I've got your name down as well. Okay, let's just quickly do that. I'm just scribbling in the green. That looks like a leaf. Now, you know the little trick that I just did with the clear embossing powder as well as the Gorgeous Grape to give me that color. Hi, Shell. Welcome here. Welcome, welcome here. Okay. So that, all of my greenery is done. And now let's start with our light to do our flowers. And then I'm going to come in where those lines are. So my original card, and you will see it when this one is done, I used my aqua painter. And I wanted to do it differently on this one because I wanted to see which one I preferred. Watercoloring is so fun. That actually is a little bit of a leaf that I overlooked. There we go. Then I'm going to take my dark and I'm going to grab my bullet tip, and I am just going to follow these sketch lines. So I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just following the lines that were already on the stamp. So there it is. And we're going to set that aside. These ones were watercolored. I don't know if that's going to look funny on the same card. I think it will. So you know what? Let's grab, because I have pre-done, let's save that for another watercolor. Where are my other little flowers? There we go, and there we go. Okay, so same thing. Let's grab our big bullet tip. Let's just color this all in. I'm not worried about right to the edges because it just kind of helps to give that flower a little bit of dimension as well. This never works out well for me. What's that, Darlene? Stampin' Blends? I wonder if it's because you're trying to be too perfect with it. I don't know. I think you're talking about the Stampin' Blends. Do you see how I just on purpose, I've missed a whole lot of spots? Let's just put little dots on that. Let's grab the green that I used on my original card was garden green, and so weird. I don't have a garden green blend. So I'm not filling in every little, oh, the watercoloring. Well, you know what? I'm going to show you some watercoloring in a minute. Okay, so the green is done. Now, let's grab our bullet tip and let's just follow some of the lines on the leaves. And let's do it here. These are really small though, so it's a little bit harder. But I'm just following what the stamp has already shown me. There's one there and there. Okay, and now let's get our dark and follow these lines. And I think too, with watercoloring and even using blender pens, I think it takes practice. And sometimes you just need to go for it, right? Just following the lines that are already there. Let's just fill this in a little bit darker where the flower has curled up, and I guess it's only on that one. Okay, so they're not colored straight to the edge. Let me pull this up and show you how there is still a lot of white space in there, okay? Hello, Facebook user. Not sure who you are, but welcome here. Okay, we're going to grab our sentiment. We're going to put dimensionals behind that. Let's grab, where is my take your pick tool? Oh, there it is. No, it's not. Let's use our scissors. Let's use our scissors to pick these up. I just don't seem to do as well when I pick up my dimensionals with my fingers. I see so many demonstrators use their fingers, and I just get all thumbs about it. Remove our backing. And let's tuck that right here. I'm just kind of eyeballing straight. And let's put some dimensionals behind here. So this is our card that we used. I'm using the minis right now. I didn't have any large ones in front of me. This card is using blender pen. Taking my backing off. And let's tuck that right like that. Let's put a dimensional behind all of this. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to do my larger pieces first because I want to see where the dimensional would land. And if you put one in the middle, then your little sentiment is not going to cave in. Okay, and then let's put this one right. I'm going to tuck that in as well. I want to make sure I'm not going over the edge of my card. Do you see this coming together? And I'm going to pop these on dimensionals over here. So I wanted to, if I put this one here, I know I want a dimensional on that side, right? Because this side of the flower is going to be basically on the larger. So I want a dimensional up in this corner here. So I'm going to put a dimensional there. And then, thank you, I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow here. So I've got a dimensional at one end and Tombow at the other. I know I want my dimensional here because this is already raised. So let's just tuck that right over that. You know what I forgot to do? I wanted to put ribbon on here, and now I'm too late. I'll do it on my next card. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to decide where I want that, and I think I like that about there. I'm going to put a little mini right here, right there, and I'm going to, I've got one already cut in half. This one is really small. I think that's where I wanted it. So that's going to go, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. So I've got my glue, remove my backing on my tiny little dimensional. I know I want my dimensional to land there. I'm bummed about my ribbon. I am really bummed about my ribbon because this is what I did. I took my fresh freesia and I cut about 16 inches of it, and then I cut it in half, okay? And then I think I wrapped fairly large. So here's what I did. Here's my beginning, and I wrapped it around my fingers. They're a little bit splayed open. There's my two beginnings that meet, and then I'm going to bring that together. And then if I give that a twist, okay, and then I'm going to grab my glue dot Thank you, girls. I had so much fun creating this. And if I just lay this down on the glue dot, I'm going to be glued on one side. And then if I roll it over and get the glue dot attached on my finger, which was not the plan because they're really sticky. Well, that was a fail, but there we go. I think I've got it together. You can also, here's another thing that I like to do, and it's too late now, is I also like to grab a little piece of tear and tape. Once I have that twist thing, if I put my tear and tape down and then fold it over, and then I can get that started like so, peel the backing off and fold that over. Now I'm doing this because I'm looking to see if I can sneak it under. Okay, I don't know if I can. Let's put that down there. Don't know if I can, but we're going to try. We're going to try. So I'm just gently lifting my dimensionals. And let's see if I can tuck this under here. This is how to fix your faux pas 101. Okay, so the ribbon is in there. Not as nice as I would like it, but it's in there. Okay, now let's grab some, what are they called? What are they called? Those little, I think they're pearls. They're little flat pearls, but they have a special name. I meant to have them out, and I don't. Iridescent rhinestones, no. Actually, you know what? This would look really cute. These are little hearts. No fails in card making. Wendy, you're right. You're right. Okay, so let's grab, I wish I had my take your pick tool. So much easier. Am I sure it's not here? And I'm sure. I was working elsewhere. Let's put a little pearl down here. These are stunning. Look at that little pearl. And let's grab a small one. Get that dimensional to reattach itself. Let's put it right there. And I need another one. And let's grab another medium one. And let's put it right here. So here is the one card done with blender pens. Here is my card that I did, same card, but I used watercolor, okay? And because I was using the shimmer white cardstock, it's not going to pill. You can watercolor on that. So you know what? Let's watercolor another set. I don't know, depending on the time, I may have time to pull it all together and make an actual card, but I want to show you what I did. So on both of these flowers, I stamped them using Memento, okay? Thank you, Facebook user. So I used Memento, but you know what? I wanted to try something different. So what I did was that little trick of using the clear embossing powder. So I stamped the flowers, okay, using crumb cake and then Versamark and then clear embossing powder. I want to watercolor these. Let's see what happens. And here is how I watercolored. I grabbed a watercolor pen or an aqua painter, whatever you want to call them. Here's my gorgeous grape. I want that for the center of my flowers. And fresh freesia is going to be the inside of my flowers. And garden green are all of my leaves. So let's start with our leaves, okay? And so what I did was, I've got a bunch of it in the cap, but if you don't have any in the cap, what you can do is you can just take your refill. Thanks, Wendy. And you're going to put a little dot of refill right in your lid. And I needed paper towel. You always want to have paper towel when you're doing watercolor, okay? So I want to make sure that I'm not too wet. You don't want anything oozing. And I'm just going to pick up some of my green, and I am just going to dab it on. And again, kind of like what I did when I was using my Stampin' blends, I'm not worried about being precisely, totally filled in. I don't mind a little bit of the white, and I am loving it with the fact that I did the, can you see what I'm doing? Let me see if I can bring my camera down. It's so nice to watercolor this. Be careful what you do, Denise. Finish your sentence. It is so nice to watercolor this, having used that little trick of the clear embossing powder and the crumb cake. And the reason I did that was I wanted to see what would happen if the image just felt a little softer because it wasn't memento. Not worried about getting every little bit filled in with my green, okay? So that's the green on that. There's no green here. Let's just pick up a little bit. I hardly have any water on my tip, okay? Darlene, we're going to have to do a watercolor class again. So I'm just coming in and filling in, but not completely. I'm just kind of touching, like I'm hardly on my paper. It's like I'm just tickling it. And these are green. Losing a little color there. Whoops. I jiggled. And do I have all my green filled in? Is there anything else that is green? I don't think so. Then you're going to take your paper towel and you're just going to do this until it runs clear. Then you know you're ready. I'm not worried about the stain on the tip. I know that I'm ready. Now, if I squished my barrel right here, water would really come pouring onto the tip, and I don't need it. I just want it a little bit damp, okay? Let's start with fresh freesia. Let's start with our lighter color, and I see that I still have a dot from before, and I'm going to be doing all of these. So let's just fill that in. I'm going to probably need another dot in there because we've got lots. I think those were supposed to be leaves. Oops. That happens. It does to me, that's for sure. Where is my fresh freesia? When I order my stamp pads, I always order an ink refill right away too. Just picking up a little bit of color So Dar, I'm wondering if maybe you pick up too much color at first. I'm not sure. We'll have to do a watercolor card for class. If anybody is interested in my January class, let me know. We're creating a stunning card. I did a really silly thing. I lost one of my, I don't know where it is, one of my dies that I need for class. So I may have to do a pivot. So there is the fresh freesia with the crumb cake, okay? Just grabbing some watercolor. I'm not worried about it being super precise, and I'm not worried about little gobs of color here and there. Okay, I need more. Just picking it up with my brush. I don't know which one I prefer more, the watercolor or the blender pen. It is a totally different look. And now I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna, mind you, because these lines are, yeah, that's not going to work. What I was trying to do was to see if I could make the lines darker, the natural line of the stamp, but because it's embossed with clear embossing powder. Okay, so that is done. And when I put this away, I always like to make sure that my aqua painter is clean. If I push this, I'm going to get more water into the barrel. See how it's still coming out purple, and now it's clean. So I'm ready for next time. Okay, put the cap on and you're good to go. And I like to store it with my water bubble side down, so my brush tip up. Oh, I know what I wanted to do, the gorgeous grape, but I don't know if it's going to work. Let's see if it's going to work with the heat embossed one. If I just pull some of this darker color into the center. And I am going to do the draw old school because I forgot to pull up my name wheel, which has been giving me action anyway lately. Okay, so those are done. And we are doing pretty good for time. You know what? I might have time to put another card. Oh, you know what? I don't have another frame, so I'm not going to put another card together. So this one here is the oh yeah, no, I see what you're saying, Dar. And I think it's harder too when you're watercoloring in a smaller area, right? Which is kind of what we tend to do, right? But I get it. So this one is the Stampin' Blends. And this one here was the watercolor pen. Okay, I'm going to put this together. So if somebody, when I do the draw, if somebody would rather have these flowers in the set, let me know, because I'll put that card together and I'll send that one to you. Okay, so for the draw, excuse me, please let me know if I am missing you. Okay, I've got Kathy Penner. I've got Carol S. I've got Lucy B. I've got Susan Burgess, Darlene, Wendy, and Karen. Did anybody else share that I'm missing so that I can add you? So we're doing this old school. Yeah, I forget what these ones are. They're filed. So what I like to do with all of my embellishments, because for me, I need, oh, Brenda, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me add your name. Because when I do my lives or my classes, I always want to use current items. So I have a little basket. And now that my camera's is low, I've got a little basket and I've got little tabs, and I keep all of my current embellishments in that basket. Carol, thank you so much. Did anybody else share that I missed? Sorry for moving. Okay. So Brenda, I have added your name, and I don't think so. So let me put all of these names down, and I can kind of see through my papers. So when I do the draw, I'm not going to look, okay? Because I don't want to cheat. And here we go. The winner of today's card, and I will send that in the mail for you. And Kathy, I had your name. I wrote your name down first. Okay, and Brenda, I've got you, so nobody else. Okay, I'm not looking, and I'm pulling one. No, I have two, and I don't know what it is. And here we go. The winner today is Wendy. Okay, so Wendy, you have won today's card. I don't know if you're still here. I hope you are. We've got the blender pen, and we have the watercolor. Okay, there's no right or wrong. Let me know which one you want, Wendy, and I will be sure to have that tucked away for you. Okay, thanks, Christine, so much. Carol, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. I really appreciate the thumbs up. I will put this other one together as well. So Wendy, if you preferred this one where I've got I did the Versamark with the crumb cake, so you don't have a black outline. We have a light brown outline. So let me know of the three cards which one you want. Do you want the crumb cake, which I have to put together, the blender pen, or the water? I can't talk. I think I'm going to go back to bed now. Oh my goodness. But I have too much to do. So I will put that third card together. And Wendy, it doesn't matter to you which one. So I will just close my eyes and choose a card, and I'll be sure that I have that tucked away for you. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And again, Happy New Year. I think we can still say that because it's just the 5th of January. So, yeah, I hope to see you back again soon. I will know I'm good. Tea, talk. You know what? I'm not sure what that means. So I'm a little bit challenged when it comes to that. Happy New Year to you too, Susan. So, so nice to see you all. Don't forget about the Facebook group that is happening. If you want to join that, let me pull that up again. And there are prize patrols. So you're just going to grab that HTTP thing, write that all down as you see it, put that in your search engine bar on your internet, and I think you just hit going, and then you're automatically in, and you're going to see Stampin' Up! Demonstrators from all across the world doing their presentations. There's prize patrol, so please jump in on that. It's just invaluable. You will see all the things in the new mini catalog that people are presenting for you. Okay? We will talk to you later, everybody. Have a wonderful day and God bless. Bye-bye.